Welcome to Raj Illinois. Today we are going to discuss about the role of a business analyst in reference to a platform called ServiceNow. As you all well aware about, ServiceNow is a kind of platform which majorly allow users to manage the projects where there are different variants of plugins and all that. So like ITSM, all that IT service management, ticketing. For all that purpose, generally ServiceNow is being used across industries since long time. Now, in reference to the role of a business analyst, as you all well aware about, business analysis is a kind of role which is prominently used across industries for different projects, because business analyst role is so prominent for all the organizations. It majorly focuses on understanding and as well as identifying the business need of the customer, providing solutions for any of the customer requirements is what generally a business analyst role is all about. So as a BA, wherein we act as a liaison between business and technical communities, wherein by understanding the requirements of the customer, what exactly customer wants, and what kind of solutions customer is expecting, and how far it is feasible for us to develop. All that analysis has to be done by the business analyst in any of the organization. So the kind of explanation I am going to provide you now, this is irrespective of technology, irrespective of the domain. The advantage in business analyst role is business analyst is a kind of role which is applicable, which is useful either in IT or non-IT. Even in the IT organizations, most of the projects may be developing in different technologies or different domains. Even it may be in investment banking, or it may be in payments domain, or they may be using applications something like ServiceNow, Salesforce. So different applications people use to manage their customers, even Appian as a business process management tool, or Pega, right? So everywhere there is a constant understanding about the requirements. Based upon the requirement of the customer, how are we customizing the application is essentially needed. So for that, there is an intermediary who understands the requirements. This is what the role of a BA. So in short, business analyst is a kind of role which is something useful for every industry. It is nothing to do with banking, or it is nothing to do with insurance, healthcare, retail, all that. From the technical perspective, even it may be ServiceNow or Salesforce as I stated, or it may be relating to a project, something relating to Java projects you're working on, .NET, whichever the technology and whatever the domains or the applications we are using, either it may be an ERP application, something like SAP, or else it may be an CRM application, something like Salesforce, all that. So role of a business analyst is one same. So whatever the responsibilities being a business analyst we need to perform will also be the same, because there are some knowledge areas which a business analysis body of BA has prescribed. So that knowledge areas experience is required. So the knowledge areas like business analysis, planning and monitoring, requirement illustration and collaboration, requirement lifecycle management, requirement analysis and design definition, next solution assessment and validation. So these are the knowledge areas where being a business analyst we must be good with. So this is all about the introduction about business analyst. So for that, what is it required? You need to have prior communication skills. A good communication skills required for you. Not only communication skills, you must be good at writing skills. It's not only verbal, written communication is also required for you. Not only written communication skills, you must be a good listener. Understanding about requirement analysis, that is also required. Next, you need to have some functional knowledge over the domain, what is that we are using, followed by this technical skills, because nowadays, earlier the role of a business analyst nothing to do with more about technology, but as in when, if you see the industry how the transforming, in last couple of years, the role of a business analyst even requires some sort of technical expertise and technical knowledge even. In view of that, whatever business analyst service now is something relating to that stuff. That's the reason why now we were calling people as business systems analysts. That is how generally the transformation was. Earlier system business analyst only takes care of business requirements, all that. Earlier we used to have a role called systems analyst who used to take care of system requirements. That's how generally the dividation is. But now it was clubbed. Both business and as well as systems analyst was under the same platform. Now even system requirements and technical requirements were also becoming important for any BA to perform with. So this is all about the role of a business analyst in any of the organization. Now when we talk about ServiceNow, what exactly ServiceNow is all about? ServiceNow, as you know, it's a cloud-based software service provider. Normally cloud service providers or cloud services will be of three different types. One is IaaS, stands for infrastructure as a service. Means this cloud service providers will provide infrastructure to the customers. The best example is AWS, Amazon Web Services and all. They are the one who are best at infrastructure, providing infrastructure and all. That is called IaaS, infrastructure as a service. Next, platform as a service means they create a platform to develop the application, that is comes under platform as a service. Third one is SaaS, SaaS, stands for software as a service. Means in cloud there is a software, whichever it is, either it may be a ServiceNow or whatever the software it could be. Software services will be provided on the cloud environment. ServiceNow is an example. You can take any other services also. You can take any other products even. So it is something of that sort. So in this cloud-based, ServiceNow is a software as a service provider, which is majorly used for the technical team, because technical team wants to manage different services in their IT applications. At the same time, to manage their activities and all that, so they require an efficient operations management. At the same time, business management is equally important. So if you see the pillars of service, it is majorly of three different types. One is ITSM, IT service management, and second is ITOM, which is called as IT operations management, whereas ITBM, which stands for IT business management. So these are the three different services majorly ServiceNow will be provided for any of the customer. Of course, based upon the requirements, how are they customizing and all everything, maybe that's a different task altogether. But this is what generally the introduction about ServiceNow is all about. Now we are going to discuss about what are the different sectors ServiceNow is using. Of course, I am naming few, not only these, because there were other industries and sectors were also using, but I am just mentioning one. One is healthcare. Healthcare organizations are using ServiceNow nowadays. Even financial services companies like banking, financial services, portfolio, stock management, all that. Next, government entities like government organizations and all were also using, because they have a lot of departments are there in government, where there must be a proper coordination among these departments and all were essentially important, so that government organizations also required ServiceNow. At the same time, manufacturing industries, because manufacturing industries is being aligned with different sectors, like they have production, they have supply chain management, they have HR, finance, legal, right? So different departments are there. So there is a proper integration and incorporation of these departments in order to make their services quality and more better. So even manufacturing industries or manufacturing sectors will also require ServiceNow. At the same time, telecommunication, as you all well aware, telecommunications and communication system is also one of the major sector. So telecommunications, in this telecommunications, even ServiceNow application being used. At the same time, as you know, it's a constant learning. Further education is required. So education, even in insurance organizations, in each and every sector, this service now is being used across industries. Of course, what is that are we going to customize and all everything depends on the need and expectation of the customer. So that is the different level. Now, what are the functionalities of ServiceNow? ServiceNow functionalities are as follows. One is about ServiceNow provides service portals. Different portals of services will be provided under this. Next, it provides subscriptions and as well as notifications and all. Next, whatever the knowledge bases we require and all everything will also be provided in this. Next, it provides service catalogs. Whatever the service catalogs do we have and all everything will also be provided here. Next, it create workflows. Whatever the workflows do we require, so that workflows creation can be done in this. It is used as a developer tool, so the developer can use it, the tool for better performance of the work. Next, using ServiceNow, we can prepare different reports, dashboards for a better decision making, because reports and dashboards and all everything are used for better decision making. So this is used for that event. Next, this is ServiceNow is being used as a single database. At the same time, for contextual collaboration and all that, contextual collaboration, ServiceNow is being used. Next, orchestration functionality is also being a part of it. So these are the functionalities we can see in reference to the ServiceNow itself is concerned. Now I'm going to discuss about in what way it is being relating to the business analyst and what business analysts usually do here. So business analyst, you know, business analyst major responsibility is to gather the requirements, analyzing and communicating the requirements. This is a common thing for every industry, for every sector. This is one same. Next, the person who is working as a business analyst in the field of ServiceNow, they must be knowing about the platform capabilities, something like how to create workflows, SLAs, integrations, reportings. So that sort of understanding is required. At the same time, process flow mapping, UML diagrams for visualization purpose. Means if you want to visualize something which is something complex on its nature, so that visualization purpose we prepare process flow mapping, UML diagrams, all these. Next, as a part of requirements communication, we have to prepare different documents, something like business requirements document, functional requirements document, software requirement specifications, all these. Next, use case development is required. Followed by this, when we are working on traditional model, we prepare BRD, SRS, all that, FRD, all that. But whereas when we are working on agile environment, we need to write down user stories, because it's a short description of requirement is what we need to know. Of course, we use different tools like Jira and all, everything will be used to prepare user stories, all that. So user story writing is also required for a BA. Next, preparation of reports and dashboards, wherein participation on this is also essentially needed. Next, we need to have a complete understanding about IT service management and IT operations management, as I stated and mentioned some time back, in reference to the organization, so that you can align to the business requirements. Because until if you are not aligning your solution to the business requirements of the customer, whatever the solution we have given doesn't have any value at all. So aligning to the business requirements is also essentially needed. At the same time, change management, incident management, understanding the problem, knowledge transfer, CMDBs, service catalogs, all these were needed, which are part of ServiceNow, should be known to the business analyst well in advance. Last but not least, business and operational architectural design definitions and all everything is also required for any BA. So normal skill set of a BA, whatever in reference to the knowledge areas we have discussed or we mentioned in the beginning of the session, were also required. So that is a common thing. Apart from that, these are the areas where being a business analyst who wants to transform their career into ServiceNow BA combination, this is being used here. So this is all about business analyst in reference to ServiceNow platform. If you have any questions in regard to this presentation or the video, or else if you have any training needs either in the business analysis or in the field of ServiceNow or both, you please reach out to our contact details which will be posted below to this video. Thank you. Bye.